Hello everyone, and welcome to this new series in which I will be covering all the basics things like how to drive a tractor, how to reverse a trailer, how to do the basic field work, and get to more complex things little by little, how to operate a telehandler, all those nice things. But since this channel is mainly focused on realism, everything is going to be done in first person view. So it's a challenge for some people to drive only in first person view, like for example when using the telehandler. So I've got lots of tips and tricks for all the vehicles that you will be using the most. So without any further ado, let's get started. Of course, I'm using lots of mods because honestly, without mods, I wouldn't be playing this game. But I will be covering only the basics and most of the time the mods pertaining to the current video. So here I'm going to talk about store deliveries. So what is store deliveries? It is simply a way to have anything that you want delivered at your chosen location. Now, if you think that it's a cheat, in real life you get delivered. Even an airplane can be ferried to your not location but the nearest airport when you can pick it. So tractors, trucks, it happens every time, goods, so you get delivered wherever you order. And the catch is, of course, it's not free. You pay an additional charge for the item to get delivered to your chosen location. So how does it work? Now key bindings may vary, so whatever key binding you're using, so when you press Alt and Shift, left Alt and Shift, the default I think it is the circle will appear, and when you press S, it has set the store to this location. Now if you forgot where you placed the store deliveries, here it is in the Orbel Run map, as you can see, this is the vehicle shop, the default one. But since we have placed store deliveries, this is where it's going to be delivered. You just click on the basket, there you are. So if you are lost, maybe you are working on a big field and you forgot where you placed it, there it is. Of course you can reset it, it's Alt, Shift and R, and it will kind of bring it back to the default shop, the vehicle shop. Now in case you are wondering what this other vehicle is, it's this other basket is, it's simply the vehicle workshop. For some reason they have chosen a basket, a shopping basket. So here is how you can have your items delivered, and everything that you usually would purchase at the default vehicle shop can be bought and delivered here. Of course you want to make sure that you have enough space because as with the vehicle shop, once you reach a certain limit, you can't buy anything until you kind of move some items or sell them. So now I'm gonna purchase a tractor. So the procedure is probably something you already know, but what I'm gonna do here is talk about a few mods that is very helpful. I'm gonna purchase this Massey Ferguson MF6S. Okay, so customize as usual. So we'll choose the 165. Okay, and it's personal preference. So this is where things start to get interesting. So the lubricating grease, that's the name of the mod, so you can have it. Headland management, super useful, one of the main mods that we'll be using on this channel. So install, it's definitely worth the 3,000 in my case euro. And Motorex engine oil, I have the mod but I'm not gonna use it. I will explain later why. And the Isaria Pro Compact is just for precision farming, and we have also the license plate management here. But since this is my first vehicle, usually you will find all the vehicles with the license plates here. What it does is you cannot have more than one vehicle with the same license plate, which makes sense, isn't it? So there we go. Now we can buy our tractor, and as you can see, it has been delivered right where we placed the store deliveries. It cost, of course, much more, little, I think it's 2.5% more, so it all depends on you. If you are playing a solo and you want realism, you don't want to teleport like I will be doing a lot, so this is how you do it. And then when you enter your tractor for the first time, there are a few adjustments that you can do. If you have track IR like myself, you can center your track IR. Now let's get some explanations here. I will bring my cursor. So you see, this is for another super useful and another main mod on this channel. It's the enhanced vehicle. You remember earlier I said I was not using the Motorex oil add-on. That's because the window for the oil appears right here, and it hinders those crucial information. If there is a way to move that window, either this one or the Motorex one, I will be very glad. And this is for the lubricating grease. As you can see, it's 100%. It's a brand new tractor. And this is for the AdBlue, which is another mod that I have. You don't have to select it. It's by default for all diesel engines. And the other, it's just plain and simple HUD. Now this little guy here is part of the enhanced vehicle, same as this little P, which we'll be talking in a while. So as you can see here, I can't really see in the mirrors. That's has been always the case in the farming simulator, but thanks to this very useful mod, we can now adjust the mirrors. So once again, you just download the adjustable mirrors and then the default key bindings. It's pretty self-explanatory. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna at least see that part of my tractor. And of course, if you have track IR and you need to move forward or backward to kind of get to your keyboard. Now I don't have any trailer attached, so I will just do a temporary kind of mirror adjustment, and when we'll attach the trailer, then we can kind of fine-tune it. So I'm satisfied with what I have. Okay, now let's start the engine. Okay, so what you want to do also is find appropriate key bindings, for example, for your turn indicators, turn signal. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it's indicated here. Okay, that exclusively, I mean, I usually don't use third-person view, but you see, hazards. So very useful for realism, of course. Now, something very cool also is manual wipers. It's not raining, but I can activate the wipers. Super immersive, of course. And then there are different stages. Like then the second one is a little bit faster, intermittent, but a little bit faster. And then the third press is continuous, of course, for the back one also. And then the fourth one turns it off. So those are very useful mods that you can install. I also have all lights. Okay, so as you can see, all the lights are available. Usually when a pair of lights or a set of lights are on, others are off. Very useful. And of course you can choose individually front, back. This is just key binding, so up to you. Okay, so now let's do some driving stuff. So just as in real life, when you're in a car, or I'm a trucker in real life, so it applies to any sort of vehicle, it's very useful to have some important how to have reference points inside the tractor. Now the tractor itself, compared to other vehicles, you have a very good view. Okay, but how close to this wall in front can I go without hitting it? Okay, so what I will do first is deactivate the differential locks because I don't need them. There, there, there you are. Same, it's enhanced vehicle. Just bind your preferred key, and the P, in case you're wondering, is for parking. When it's green, it's parking is off, parking brakes off, and then you press the assign key. Now parking brake is on, and if I accelerate, as you can see here, I'm drive. Okay, release parking brake first. Okay, so you can't move. Release parking brake. So the first thing we're gonna see is, of course, you want to put the forward drive. Very useful. For example, if you're in a tight space, of course you have to pay attention if you have anything attached. Here I don't have anything attached, so slightly a little bit more than the wheel. So what you can do is kind of drive. At the beginning you might kind of need to get out a few times. Okay, judge on where the space left, so let's move. There you go. A little bit more. There you go. So you might go closer if you want, but what I'm trying to do here is, if you sit properly. Okay, let me disable my track IR so that I can then move my mouse. Okay, you cannot because it kind of centers. But what I'm trying to say here is a nice reference point. So when whatever is in front of you is aligned with that part here, as you can see. You see what I mean? Of course, it's going to vary from tractor to tractor. There you go. So different tractors, some tractors have a little bit of space here. As you can see, it's kind of where that black part, okay, of the hood, where that black part is. So all those are nice references that you can use. If you lean forward, okay, you can use those references. That's one thing. So now reversing is just look back. I don't think I should be kind of demonstrating this. You just look back and there you go. You can get as close. Like for example, let's say to this part here. Okay, you can get as close. It's just less. I mean, reversing is you just look back. Okay, now I should add that if you're using track IR, it will take a while. It took me a while to be able to do this and maintain this. Like for example, let's reverse completely. Yep, it's not very comfortable, but with practice, as you can see, you can do it. Now something else that is good to know is how close, for example, let's go outside. We will use maybe the side of the road here. Here we have space. Okay, here we have space, but what if, like for example here, you have those barriers? So how close can you get if you have, for example, large implements and you need to give way? Okay, so that's another very useful. I still have not found it for this tractor, so let's find it out. Here it's kind of intersecting midway with the fender, so let me see what it does. I have a little bit of room left, not much, but I think that if I align it with that part here, that metal part here, should be okay. Let's try to do this without hitting anything. Okay, you get the idea. So when it's about that distance with that metal part, you want to give yourself a little bit of room, And then if there's traffic, you have a little bit wide of an implement, you're not going to kind of cause a traffic jam, because you know how annoying this is. That's one use of finding how close you are. And then let's go to, for example, this field here. So don't mind me, I've been practicing a few things, so that's why the fields are a little bit in that state. For example, you want to manually kind of work without automation and everything, so you want to get as close. Let's say you have a 3-meter implement, or 4-meter or 5-meter. Like for example here, you want to see how on or off the field you are. As you can see, I'm a little bit, oh, I can say yep. Usually if you have an implement which is as wide as the tractor, usually 3 meters implement will kind of tick the box here. So this is how you do it. You want to align more or less the tip of the fender with the, like for example, if you have a row, for example, let's move on here. So don't mind destroying crops and that kind of thing. So you align it here, and let's see, maybe a little bit more like so. So you know you're not leaving any space if you are kind of working without automation and that kind of thing. For realism, if you are driving an old tractor and they don't have those advanced GPS system. So there it is. There it is. It's that part of the fender. So as you can see, those are a few useful. It might seem kind of ridiculous to know those things, but trust me, if you are immersed as I am, you will find these things very useful. So now, of course, if you want even more realism, you will of course be using the turn signals, okay, the hazards and stuff like that. I don't think explaining how to drive the tractor is important, but how to drive with a trailer attached, especially reversing, that's gonna be something many people probably struggle, especially in first-person view. So don't worry, I have you covered. So let's purchase a trailer, and we are just going to purchase this one here. Okay, so just trailer, and of course here you want to make sure that you don't have the same, so it's CR616CO, so definitely it's a different one. Space by, okay, there it is. There is our trailer. So first, of course, we need to attach the trailer to the tractor. So let's start. So that's a good habit that I have. It's usually when I'm operating my vehicle, I'm a truck driver, remember, I will kind of put the hazards. Okay, so let me just kind of just show you. Once again, like I said, I don't drive in first-person view. I just in a third-person view. I'm just using this to show you a few stuffs. So here also, when you are driving only the tractor, the kind of easiest way to reverse is, of course, to just look behind you and then just reverse the tractor. Of course, you will have to know when to turn the wheel to the left or to the right, because in a sim the commands are reversed. In real life, when you look outside the window, you're really looking back, but here your head can turn, you're looking back, but your screen is still in front of you. So with practice, as you can see, I can then maintain more or less. Okay, Let's get outside, and here I'm using manual attach, very realistic. You kind of just press the keys you have assigned, you attach, and of course you need to connect the lines. Now I'm just gonna do something very quick because I have lost my force feedback, which is of course something which happens very often here. There you go. Now that I have my trailer attached, maybe I can make some adjustments to the mirrors, like here. If I'm sitting here, okay, I'm satisfied with this one. Okay, that's adjustable mirrors for you, very useful. So I have my hazards on, as you can see here. I'll turn them off, and once again it's pretty self-explanatory, but when you have a trailer like so, you want to kind of make sure. Here is another example why you might find it ridiculous, but here I can go as close. Remember the reference we found on the fender here, so that I have enough room to turn and not hit the trailer. Here I will keep going, don't turn yet, because we have a trailer, and then I will turn, avoiding. Once again, I can see my fenders here. I know I'm not gonna destroy the crops which are ready to harvest, but don't mind the environment. It's just a test map. Okay, so here also, when I'm driving my my tractor, I mean the tractor truck, I pull trailers, so I will put on my beacons. Okay, and then I can go and do whatever I'm doing, deliveries or going to the field. Of course, when I need to turn, I will use my turn signals, stuff like that. Okay, I've already demonstrated. Let me do it once more. For example, here you have a right turn. You want to make sure, once again, that you move forward enough and then turn, especially if there's a vehicle here waiting for you to kind of complete your turn before moving on. And then otherwise what will happen is let's do a little demonstration, maybe here. Okay, you can always check if you have signals on or off. I also have a mod that turns the signal off automatically, as in real life. So here, if I don't kind of leave enough space, I don't drive forward like here, drive enough forward before turning, what will eventually happen is my tractor is fine. I can pass, but look at this. If I keep going, okay, I'm gonna hit this shed with the trailer. So that's why you want to make sure that you kind of leave enough space for you to be able to turn the tractor and trailer without hitting anything. There you go, you give yourself enough space and then you turn, no problem. So even if you are limited on space, you will still be able to kind of put things close together and move around your farm. So we're going to head back to let me demonstrate that auto turn off here. Okay, I have the left turn signal. I do my left turn, and then once I center the steering wheel, auto turns off. So let's get back here, and now we're going to explain how to reverse the tractor and trailer in first person view. So first thing you want to do is drive straight. Make sure you are straight for a while, especially after completing a turn, and then come to a halt. Now look at the mirrors, both mirrors here, and on this field of view I can see both mirrors simultaneously, very convenient. And see the picture, the side picture, what it looks like when the trailer is straight in the same line with the tractor. So a few things, of course if you move then the reference points are gonna change, so you want to make sure, once again, let's center our view here. So the most common things that I'm seeing is, of course, when I will be reaching for the mouse, things are gonna change is the ladder here, which is I'm gonna pop out just to show you. The ladder is part of the trailer, not the tractor, definitely. So you want to make sure that you're using a reference point that is appropriate. So when that part of the tractor is touching more or less this ladder here, and also you want to use as much reference as possible. You can see a little bit of the rear wheel. You have two axles trailer here, so you can see a little bit of the rear one. Okay, so you know that your tractor is in line with the trailer. The trailer and tractor is aligned. That's one thing. Second thing is you can just look back, and this is what attaches to the I'm sorry, English is not my first language. I know how to say these terms in my native language, so sorry if I don't know how to say them in English. So this part of the tractor, let me get out. Okay, unfortunately I can't use my mouse here, or can I? No, I cannot. But this thing here, if it is aligned with that white thing that attaches to the trailer, to the tractor, it means that you are straight. So once again, it works from both sides. But because for example, if you're using track IR, you have to make sure that, for example, here if I'm leaning to the left, of course it won't be aligned, so I have to make sure that I'm well centered, and then I can use this as reference points. So let's move forward and put an angle between the tractor and the trailer. So as you can see in the mirrors already, it's not the same, and here also. Of course you will use common sense and you will kind of determine in which direction, when driving forward, it's super easy, in which direction you need to turn the wheel in order to kind of put the trailer and tractor aligned again. So since I have a shed in front, let's use that space here. So of course, because the trailer is here pointing to, when I'm looking forward, is pointing to my right. Okay, so simple. Driving forward is very simple. You just turn the wheel, your steering wheel, to the left, and that's it. Okay, that's it. I have that side picture again. I don't need to drive forward because I know my tractor is aligned. Just to make sure, I will keep driving forward. And super useful. It might seem little details that makes no sense, but when you are reversing and then you need to pull forward, straighten, and then keep reversing and then pull forward again, you know what I mean. If you kind of even drive a car, you know what I mean here. So that's very useful. I'm taking my time to explain you those little details, and you can even look here and you know your tractor is aligned. Now to reverse. To reverse, that's a different story. Let's put ourselves here. Now there will be two sets of explanation. One using the mirrors, second is turning your head and looking back. Okay, so let me just turn off the beacon because we don't need them. So let me explain looking at the mirrors first. So here, if for example I want to bring the trailer to my right, okay, when I'm looking forward, my right will be of course over there, isn't it? But when I'm looking at the trailer here, in fact, the trailer will be moving to its left from this view. That's because even when you look at the back in this simulator, your screen is still in front of you and you're looking at the world on a flat screen. In real life, it's gonna be exactly the opposite. So let me explain for the mirrors first, and then you will understand why I'm saying this. I want to bring the trailer to the right, so I will be seeing more of the trailer in the right mirror. How I do this is I turn the wheel in the opposite direction. So this time I turn the wheel to the left, as you can already see, even if you're not seeing my physical wheel. Okay, make sure you're in reverse, and then as you can see, there you go. Just a little demonstration. I'm not seeing the trailer at all in the left mirror. I'm seeing more of it in the right mirror. And when you look at this side here, you can clearly see that the tractor is turned to my right when I'm sitting in the tractor. Okay, so if I now keep turning to the left, okay, what will happen is eventually, yes, the tractor is turning, but look at this. I'm gonna hit the tractor with the trailer. It's gonna, I don't know if tractors can jackknife. Tractor trucks do jackknife, so you don't want to keep the wheel turned. So how do you do this? Once again, let's align tractor and trailer. There you go. So once you find the angle, let's say we want to bring it just next to the workshop here. Okay, so what you want to do is, when reversing, you just create. So this time I'm gonna turn my tractor to the left, to my left. So I turn the wheel to the right. Just create a little bit of an angle. As you can see here, there is an angle. Here also there is an angle, and then I center the wheel. Okay, because if I keep the wheel turned, it will kind of create a bigger of an angle, which it will. Like here, if I keep kind of pushing, as you can see here, it turns. I can look back here, I can look in the mirror, wherever it is. Once I have kind of put the trailer in the direction I want to go, now I want to straighten, because you don't want to keep turning. At some point you have to straighten the tractor. So how to straighten a tractor? Still with reference to the mirrors, you want to straighten the tractor. In which mirror? You're seeing more of the trailer in the left mirror. So you see more of the trailer in the left mirror. To straighten, you turn the wheel towards the mirror where you see more of the tractor. So in this case, as you can see here, it was centered. I turn towards the more I turn, the faster. Okay, if I turn completely, it will kind of bring the trailer aligned with the tractor, as you can see, very fast. It makes sense. And the less you turn, for example here, let me turn it to the right. Okay, and now I see more of the trailer in the right mirror. So if I want to straighten, I turn towards, as you can see here, towards the right. But just if I turn it slightly, look at this. Okay, it's still aligning, but it's aligning so slowly that it's barely noticeable. So the more you turn, the faster it will align. There you go. So it depends how much correction you want. Okay, and we use, like here, I'm reversing, but now I know for sure my trailer is aligned because I already have that side picture. I know my trailer is straight behind my tractor. Once again, I'm sorry, English is not my first language, but I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. So here, if I keep backing up, you can see I'm backing in a straight line. I might make minor corrections here and there, but little minor, and I'm kind of pushing the tractor in a straight line. Okay, so this is how you kind of use the mirrors for that purpose. Now when using the rear view, if you turn, okay, as already explained before, you are looking at the back of the tractor, but you still have your TV, your monitor, whatever it is you're using in front of you. So this is why what you would do in real life when peeking out of the window is reversed here. So how it works in the game. So forget about real life, this is a simulator, we will explain in a simulator. For example, let's say the workshop is, when I'm looking outside here, it's to my left, isn't it? I want to bring the trailer towards the workshop. You simply turn the wheel in the direction you want the trailer to go. Remember, it will be reversed compared to real life. So here, let's say now this is my new side picture. So all references left, right will be based on this side picture. So here, based on this side picture, this is right now, and this is left. Okay, when I will turn forward, then I will kind of reference this to right and this to left. But when I turn back, this becomes my new right. Even if actually it's the left, it becomes my new right with this side picture, and this becomes my left. This is why I separated the explanation using the mirrors and looking back. So this is my new right. Now I want to kind of bring the trailer here to the right. What I do is I turn the wheel to the right. Okay, I turn the wheel in the direction I want to go. So I want to go towards the workshop here. I turn the wheel towards the workshop and I move towards the workshop. And here, if I need to straighten, okay, if you see that part here, if it is to the left, I turn my physical wheel. I guess you all have a driving wheel. If not, you kind of translate it to whatever device you're using. So more of this part is to the left, so I turn my steering wheel, my G29 steering wheel, to the left, and it aligns. And once it's aligned, I let go. And as long as I keep those two aligned, I will be pushing the tractor in a straight line. So here, for example, if I want to go here to the left, I turn my physical wheel to the left and it will push. Same thing here, I center my wheel and it keeps pushing. Now I want to align tractor and trailer. This little guy is more to the right, so I turn to the right and I center. And from there, you kind of make minor adjustments. There is also another reference, other reference points now that we have a trailer. So let's go and try to park that baby inside one of those sheds, shall we? So I have, like I said, a few mods here, so I can't take sharp turns aggressively, otherwise I might kind of capsize the tractor. I'm not going to talk about all the mods. There are so many of them, you can kind of find for yourself which mods you like the best. So here, for the purpose of this demonstration, let's say that setup is very important. Let's put the parking brake. Okay, I will be kind of parking the trailer here. Okay, I will park the trailer here. So how do I set up? So here, very conveniently, there is enough space in front. Okay, we will also do one when there is supposedly not enough space in front and we have to come at an angle, but for now let's do this with enough space in front. So I already, when I'm coming, I should have taken this as much space as I have, get as close here. Of course, in real life you will want to make sure, if your tractor maybe goes under, maybe that part here, I mean that part here, maybe your trailer will hit, so you have to make sure you get close. And when you kind of reach this point, more or less it's a side picture, okay, to the area where you're going to park, you just kind of make a 90-degree turn, and then you just straighten the tractor. Now we have space. Of course, we're doing a few examples with enough space and without enough space. So here we go. We straighten the tractor. Here, actually, I could simply reverse right into the parking, but as you can see here, I'm a little bit too much to the left, and look at all the space I have to the right. So we are going to do a mix of using the mirrors, looking back, looking if those two guys here are aligned, and we're going to reverse the trailer into the parking space. So here I want to bring my trailer a little bit more, okay, to on this screen to my right. So I will turn steering wheel, as you can see, to the left, slightly create an angle, and then straighten, and then keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, now as you can see, it's moving where I want to go. So what do I need to do? I need to straighten tractor and trailer and keep pushing. So I see more of the trailer in the right mirror, so I turn wheel towards the mirror. The more I turn, because here I want to quickly kind of align it. There you go. And now it's just a matter of playing, you know, playing with the trailer. I mean, using words, it's a little bit difficult to explain, but I'm sure you kind of understand what I mean. So now I need to bring it to the left. There you go. Okay, now I kind of could also be using this view. Let's get a little bit closer, and then we will kind of also look at the back, because I still have plenty of space here that I could use. I want to kind of create a little angle coming into the parking zone to better explain what I want here. Okay, so here let's keep pushing. I was hoping to create an angle. Let's see if I can. Yes, I can. Okay, you can already see the angle. Let me see if I can move my head, and here you see this line here and here. It's clearly indicating that it's not aligned. The trailer is not straight. And in which direction, of course, since it's more, you have more space here than here, you need to push the trailer in this direction. So here you can use that side picture and turn the wheel to the left, not much because you will have to realign it first, until those two lines kind of become more or less parallel. That's what you say. Okay, now let's say for example here it's inside, but let's say you messed up. You kind of need to realign or redo something. You just pull forward, there we go, and you kind of reverse again. So now let's put it inside because I've already demonstrated this. So okay, let's put it inside here. Now comes the next part of the explanation. Okay, we are inside. You can use this side picture as already explained. Now you need to kind of put the tractor and trailer both inside. So where is the trailer? You know, how far is it to the back? So here, as you can see, I'm barely entered, so plenty of space. You want to bring the trailer as close to this wall as possible. Here are also a few things you can use as reference point. So you can use mirrors, you can have a side picture. I will show you which side picture I use. In those situations, the best side picture is, of course, you want to kind of make sure it's centered. It will vary. Of course, if it's a different tractor, you might be sitting higher, you know, then the side picture will change. You might be sitting lower, or the attaching point might bring the trailer closer or further. So it really depends on your tractor trailer combination. This tractor has those reference points. With this trailer, with another trailer, it will have other reference points. But of course, when you purchase a tractor, any trailer, even if you have several, I mean, you're not going to kind of change it every 10 minutes. Okay, you have a tractor, it's yours. Maybe when you get richer, you will buy another one, but you will have plenty of time to kind of adapt and use this one. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna use those two guys here. Where this part of the trailer is, you have this top and this bottom one. When that gray line is kind of in the middle, that's one way to know that you have backed the trailer as close to the rear as possible. Okay, as you can see, I'm more or less in the middle, so you can always go and check. There we go. As you can see, there's still space. So then you can back a little bit more. There you go. That's once you have the side picture. What I'm noticing is if I bring this bolt, it kind of coincides with the line. Let's go out and see. Yeah, so if you are short on space, you want to put your implements, your trailers as far back as possible in first person view. Of course, in third person view, all those explanations is useless. It's for the real simmers, you know what I mean? So here, you can also use the mirrors, like for example, I have that black part here, which is kind of, okay, I could also use this as reference point. I was going to say that it's getting in the way, but here, when the line touches that part of the mirror, you have to make sure you're sitting in the same way. So more or less, your head is positioned like this. That's one way of using the mirrors. Another thing I can notice is there, slightly above. So you use whatever reference point you find useful. I can also see this part is in the trailer. So when it's aligned, okay, so you have pulled or parked the trailer as close to the rear as possible. And from there, just make sure that you turn all the lights off and put the parking brake and shut down the engine. So there it is. This is how you kind of reverse this type of trailer without the dolly. Reversing the trailer with a dolly is more difficult, but once you know how to do it, it will become something you can manage. It's not a trial and error. We will be covering it in a later video because there are other useful basic things to learn first. So this was how to drive a tractor alone without any attachment with any trailer, and how to drive it with a trailer. So all these little tips are gonna be super useful. I hope you will kind of try, if you haven't, to play exclusively in first-person view. I'm here to help you. This was just tractor and trailer. We have, like I said, a dolly trailer coming. We have combine, even if it's going to be automated in most cases, but a telehandler. I mean, the satisfaction you get when you kind of are able to use a telehandler to kind of lift pallets, bales, and whatnot, a forklift, it's super interesting. So please, if you haven't tried, give first person view a try, play exclusively in first person view. There is a mod that kind of disables third person view. I wouldn't recommend this because sometimes, like for example here, I'm exclusively driving in first person view, but sometimes you need to check something and you will want to check it in external view. For example here, I just want to check if my strobes are on. Inside the cabin, let's turn this light on. Not all tractors have those indicators. Here I can barely notice if it's on or off. I'm inside a shed, there is a wall here, now I can notice, but in the open field you won't notice. In some tractors you won't notice, so that's why you can, for the sake of verifying something, for example, use third person view, but honestly first person view is definitely a nice way to play the game. So that was the first video in the series, and little by little we'll be covering other aspects of driving and farming and field work and all those things. So please like and subscribe. I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.